has been off to a fantastic start with the Pittsburgh Pirates, is joining us now on the phone. Brandon, thanks for coming on the leadoff spot early this morning. Danny Wexelman and Kevin Franzen with you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. How are y'all?
Did you know that was your fight song? I was just wondering, because I don't even know my fight song in my college.
I heard the college song going. I was like, well, I mean, it has to be that.
Hey, really quick. Hey, look, your back issues in Tampa were well documented. Then last year playing at George M. Steinbrenner Field, I remember talking to you. We were on the spring trade tour, like looking forward to being on like just natural grass the entire year. How's that been now in Pittsburgh? Another 2 years of just natural turf, not staying around on the hard surface anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. And honestly, PNC's a little bit better playing surface than Steinbrenner was. So I feel like we're upgrading every year.
Hey, how has it been just to start the season with a new team? Brandon, you've been so impactful. I really love the way that you play the game, your style of play. But what's it been like just adjusting to new teammates and being a part, by the way, the Pirates are 23-20 to start the season?
Yeah, I would say it's weird to be on the other side of it. In Tampa, we had a lot of turnover, obviously, and new people would be in the clubhouse. But I'd only have to learn one or two new guys' names. This was learning a whole new team, a whole new staff, and everything else. So it took me a little while to get names straight and get comfortable. But the people in here made it extremely easy. It was day one, very welcoming, and making sure that everyone was comfortable and anything you needed, they were going to help. It's easy to play well when you have a group like this.
Awesome. I mean, you're 31 years old. That's not old, right? Like, we all know that. Like, this is not one of those things. But you look to your right, and that shortstop's 20 years old. Like, how has that development been in that friendship, right, that you're creating with Connor Griffin there at shortstop?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to say that 31's not old, but you sure feel like it. You look around and you bring up things. We were talking about video games the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, that game wasn't even out when I wasn't born when that game came out." Like, that's absurd. But it's just one of those things that age gap, no age gap, the common goal and the common theme in this clubhouse is all the same. So it doesn't matter if there's an 11-year age gap or whatnot. This is the highest level of baseball. There is nowhere else to go. And, we're going to get close and become friends, and you got to have that great chemistry out there in the clubhouse and stuff like that so you can be good out there on the field.
We're catching up with Brandon Lau, second baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. There was a concerted effort, Brandon, it felt like, in the Pirates offseason to build up the offense, to give some run support to the pitching staff that has been exceptional. They were one of the best pitching staffs last year. What's the experience playing behind some of those pitchers, especially Paul Skeens?
Yeah, I was shocked that you guys brought up Skeens. He's pretty much nobody on this team. So yeah, I mean, I feel like if you want to talk about this pitching staff, obviously, Paul's going to be the number one guy that people want to talk about, and rightfully so. I mean, the preparation, the work ethic, and everything else speaks volumes to what everybody sees on the field, and I think that's something. Being an outsider looking in last year, it's something that I can appreciate a lot more, seeing how well he does on the field by what he does off the field. It's really, really cool to see. And then honestly, you walk through it, the rotation, and it's like, man, there are no breaks. Yeah. There's at least somebody in a rotation where like, all right, we get this guy at least. And when you see the 5 guys that are rolling out, you're like, all right, well, I mean, this isn't easy. And then you go to the bullpen, and it's like, well, this still isn't easy. So, I mean, it's an incredible staff. And, I think there are people in the rotation that don't get as much credit as they maybe deserve. And, I think it's all going to come their way. It's a really, really good pitching staff. And that's saying a lot coming from where I had in Tampa. And it's impressive what they have here.
No, and then you talk about like the Mitch Kellers of the world, who's been there, done that whole thing, and you watch him prepare next to a guy like Paul Skeens, Bubba Chandler, and Jared Jones. The guy I love and got to see when the Nats were in town was Braxton Ashcraft. good God, that is unbelievable stuff, right? Like, what have you seen from him as far as being able to, like, I don't know. I mean, he's like looking at the guy the same age as him in schemes, but working off and seeing, as a veteran guy, his routines develop.
Yeah, I think everyone really works off each other. I mean, I kind of stay out of the way of the starting pitcher on their days, and when they're throwing their bullpens and stuff like that, you don't really see them all that often, but you understand. Why wouldn't you talk to guys like Paul? Why wouldn't you pick his brain and maybe the Cy Young winner? I know he's young, but obviously there's something there, and these guys do that. I mean, the entire staff as a whole, man, they're together, they're talking. It doesn't seem like there's, any break. I mean, they could be talking about baseball, they could be talking about going to get dinner later that night, but they're a close-knit group, and when they're consistently doing that, they're iron sharpened iron. And, I realized Braxton was going to be pretty good this year when I saw him throw a 94-mile-an-hour slider in spring training. And I was like, that's not normal. So, and that's your 4, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's so
the
good.
Pitching staff is unreal. Hey, real quick, you come from Kevin Cash in the Tampa Bay Rays. We got to see them in spring, and I know that he misses you. He was so happy for you, but you were so important to that clubhouse. But now you play under Don Kelly. What kind of impact has Don Kelly had on this young team, this up and coming team?
Yeah, DK's been awesome, in every sense of the word. There are times that he maybe has to get a little bit tough on the guys or whatnot, and there are times where he's got to, give them a little boost in the right direction. And he's been great with all of it. He's definitely a different manager in a few different senses than Cassie was, but I've enjoyed my every day here, and he's been fantastic. He's really coming into his own as a manager. I know last year was kind of his first little step into it, dipping his toes in, but he's really doing a good job here.
Well, listen, Brandon, we appreciate your time so much. We know you got to get ready for this game, but thank you for giving us time, and good luck the rest of the season.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. It's Brandon Lau, second baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I remember sitting in Cash's office, and the Rays had, I think it's 3 team trades this offseason that Eric Neander made, and not easy to do, not easy to part with a lot of guys. They are not that they're not playing for this year, because I think they've exceeded my expectations, but it felt like they were building, Fran, for 2027, not necessarily 2026. And here they are in first place in the American League East, one of the most dangerous lineups in the league. Yandy Diaz is a beast, and you also have one of the most disgusting pitching staffs, and they lose Brandon Lau. The Pirates are trying to build up, and I like what they're building. I want to see a little more consistency from them, but they've got something special. Their pitching staff for Pittsburgh is insane.
Yeah, it's when they get Jared Jones back, you can only think like higher, on that. To the Rays point, nothing surprises me anymore. Like year after year, they do it, and they continue to do it. They have a way. The recipe's been perfect. You just don't change it. And to me, when they do this, these 3, it's the 3-team trades. I'm glad we're on TV. I saved myself from a lot of things right there. So anyway, they're fantastic, and they continue to show exactly how it's done. But not everybody can replicate it. Not everybody can. And that's the biggest thing, having the same message top to bottom and don't deviate from it. They never do.
No, imitation is the best form of flattery, though. Don't forget it. That Rockies-Pirates game, by the way, you can hear that on channel 208 and 175 if you want to listen on Sirius XM. That's early, 12:35 Eastern, so that one's getting going soon. We continue on, though. When we come back, we get to catch up with Twins starting pitcher Bailey Ober. He joins us here on MLB Network Radio and MLB Network.